Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One point 17.24. The shloka. Tapassaucham daya satyam iti padakrite kritaha adharmas trayo bhagna smaya sanga madaistava. Tapassaucham daya satyam iti padakrite kritaha adharmam saistrayo bhagna smaya sagna madaistava. The translation. In the age of Satya, your four established by the four principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, but three of your legs are broken due to rampant irreligion in the form of pride, lust for women, and intoxication. The purport is quite long. The deluding energy or material nature can act upon the living beings proportionately in terms of the living beings falling prey to the deluding attraction. Moths are captivated by the glaring brightness of light and thus they become prey to the fire. Similarly, the deluding energy creating the conditioned souls to become prey to the fire of delusion, and the Vedic scriptures warn the conditioned become prey to delusion of it. The Vedas warn us the darkness of ignorance but to the progressive path of light. The Lord Himself also warns that the deluding power energy is too powerful to overcome, but one who completely surrenders unto the Lord can easily so. But to surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord is also not very easy. Such surrender is possible by persons of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. These four principles of advanced civilization were remarkable features in the age of Satya. In that age, every human being was practically qualified Brahmana of the highest order, and in the social orders of life, they were all Paramahamsas or the topmost in the renounced order. By cultural standing, the human beings not at all subjected to the deluding energy. Such strong men of character were competent enough to get away from the clutches of Maya, but gradually, as the basic principles of Brahmanical culture, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, became curtailed by proportionate development of pride, attachment, and intoxication, the path of salvation or the path of transcendental bliss retreated far, far away. With the progression of the age of Kali, people are becoming very proud and attached to women and intoxication. By the influence of the age of Kali, even a pauper is proud of his penny. Women are always dressed in an overly attractive fashion to victimize the minds of men, and the man is addicted to drinking wine, tea, and chewing tobacco, etc. All these habits are so-called advancement of civilization are the cause of all irreligiosities, and therefore it is not possible to check corruption, bribery, and nepotism. Man cannot check all evils simply by statutory acts and police vigilance, but he can cure the disease of the mind by the properly advocating the principles of Brahmanical culture are the principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. Modern civilization and economic development are creating a new situation of poverty and scarcity of blackmailing the consumers' commodities. If the leaders and the rich men of the society spend 50% of their accumulated wealth mercy for the misled mass of people and educate them in God consciousness, the knowledge of Bhagavatam, certainly the age defeated in its attempt to entrap the conditioned souls. We must always remember that false pride or an estimation of one's own values of life, undue attachment to women or association with them, and intoxication will divert human civilization from the path of peace. However, much the people clamor for peace in the world. The preaching of the Bhagavatam principles will automatically render all men austere, clean both inside and outside, merciful to the suffering, and truthful in daily life. This is the way of correcting the flaws of human society, which are very prominently exhibited at the present moment. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति देहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साङ्ग्रजातं सागन रघुनाथान्वितां देवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सागर श्री विशाखान्वितां श्री कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये रूप्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So, in this shloka, Prabhupada, in the first canto itself, Prabhupada has given instructions. He has kept his heart, complete heart, providing all the vital instructions. Uh, in this verse also, Prabhupada has given so many such kind of instructions. So, accept it or not is our choice. So, if you see the first lines of the shloka, the deluding energy or material nature can act upon the living beings proportionately in terms of the living beings falling prey to the deluding attraction of Maya. So, which means living entities has option to become tempted by Maya or not. So, of course, Maya will offer many temptations, but immediately there is one example given by Prabhupada that moth will get attracted to fire and it will get burnt, right? So, similarly, all the living beings in are roasted by Maya. Taking that invitation very seriously with open arms, we are well. So at every moment, we have an opportunity to degrade in life and fall down. If they are careless, we will fall down. So we have to be very alert. Then we will get the peaceful spiritual life and go back to Godhead. So we have to be very cautious in spiritual by taking the decisions. Very casual and we are careless, then we will be very independent our own plans and fall prey to Maya, right? So there is one example. If we go right, so if in Bangalore, if we consider, if we go to near Majestic, uh, if you walk on the bridge, right? So roadside there will be many smuggled goods. The branded, they named all the products as branded products only. All Samsung, all Google, earphones, laptops, it and they are selling it for all of them are smuggled goods and they are selling it for very price. So, for example, if we buy some, if we go inside the shop and if we buy, and then if we compare the price, all of them are worth some 5 to 7,000 rupees, and we are getting it only for 800. So we will fall prey for that. So we will happily take in that products, and once you go to home, in within 2 to 3 days only, there will be some or the other breakage, or the phones may get heat, or the earphones might not work more than a week like that. So like that, uh, we will get fall prey to that kind of attractions, and we will eventually we will lose. So if you consider buying one good product, one branded product, you can get it from authorized stores, then it will last long. In the same way, uh, we should not fall prey to this kind of attractions, right? So when Prabhupada was speaking in Toronto, that was very cold season, and uh, outside there was a dong 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 sound was coming. Then Prabhupada was asking, "What is that sound?" Then devotees replied saying, "It is ice cream." So Prabhupada was like, the climate is so chill outside. How can anybody eats ice cream in chill season? So this is how Maya cheats. So still in that chill season also, he's able to sell is able to sell all the ice cream. So Maya also does that ding 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 ding. So we have to be pay attention so that we will not get cheated. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada says Vedic scriptures wants us not to become prey to delusion and get rid of it. So we can say why this invitation is very good, right? So it is giving me a lot of pleasure, and I will be so much enjoying that opportunity. Why we should not go and take that opportunity? So we can see Jadabharata example. Bharata Maharaj was a very renounced king, right? So and he went and he took like he wants to do meditate on Supreme Lord. So he went near Pulaha Ashrama and he started meditating near Gandaki river. And during the final days, he got attracted to deer, and he was so much so that while leaving his body, also he was thinking on the baby deer. So in the immediate birth, next birth, he got the deer body. Then he, with the spiritual activities that he has done in his previous life, he was able to remember all the things that he has done. So he was lamenting. So what a like low thing I have done. Entire life I was concentrated on Supreme Lord, but during my last day, I kept my concentration on the baby deer. So now the deer in the form of that Bharata Maharaj in the form of deer was lamenting, and he realized that in this life at least I should concentrate on Supreme Lord. Then uh, he ran away from his mother deer, and he was staying in some inside deep forest, and he was having only dry leaves. And at the end of the time of the death, he was again started remembering Supreme Personality of Godhead. And next birth, he got the body of some, like he took birth in Brahmanical family, right? So we all know this story, how Jada stayed very calm, and he behaved like he was very dumb person. He was very poor person, like he is mad person, like that he behaved without speaking anything with his fathers and with his brothers and all. So finally they sent him to forest, and later he took the association of the king, where he served the king. And finally he he spoke all about um, the importance of body and soul to the king, right? So Maya acts through such bonds. So we have to, if we follow to that brave, then we will be in a cycle of birth and death. So the true liberation comes through the constant focus on the Supreme Lord. So both Maya and Krishna, both are attractive. So if one become attractive to Krishna, Krishna means Krish means attract, and Na means bestow bliss. Maya means to attract, and it give punch on our faces, right? It will give suffering. But Krishna will give us bliss. Krishna will give us eternal happiness. So we have to choose Krishna or Maya. So in the sloka also, the Veda wants us to go not to darkness of ignorance, but to the progressive path of light. The Lord himself also wants that the deluding power of material energy is too powerful to overcome, but one who completely surrenders unto the Lord can easily do so. But surrender is also difficult, right? So there is one example that Prabhu was giving. There was one young boy. He used to put newspapers in every gate, right? So outside the gate he used to keep. One day, one owner of the house called him. You don't keep the paper outside. You come inside and put near the main door. Uh, and there was a big bulldog inside. He was not aware of it, and he went inside and put the paper. While coming back, that bulldog started attacking him. And if we ran fast, and it will start attack us more. It will also chase us, right? So what we should do? We should immediately call the master of that dog. Then the master will order the dog. No, no, you should not chase that person. That master can control the dog. In the same way, if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna can control the Maya. Only that surrender is only difficult. So the $1 million solution that Prabhupada is giving here is every one of us is facing the same problem here. It is difficult to stay away from Maya. So we should not think that it is only our problem. It's the problem. It's the universal problem. Even Chatush Kumaras, the sons of Brahma, has also the who created Chatush Kumaras is Brahma. Even for them also, it's the problem. For Kumaras, they asked his father once, mm, these senses are always get locked with sense objects. So how to separate the sense objects and from senses? Hearing this question, the four-headed Brahma, who is uh, greatest, who has very having greatest intelligence, and uh, his entire body is made of intelligence. He got bewildered by listening to that question. He couldn't answer because he himself attracted to Vagdevi, one of his own creations, right? He developed all the four heads, so he got attracted to Vagdevi, and he got developed all the four heads to follow her. Finally, he got developed fifth head, and at that time Lord Shiva got punished. So this is again one more story. So he couldn't answer because he himself got attracted. Then Kumaras prayed to Supreme Lord, who descended as Hamsa Avatara. And when Lord appeared, immediately Brahma started worshipping with all the paraphernalia, that Harati plate. He started worshipping. After the puja was over, the Kumaras was asking, "Who are you?" Then Lord replied, saying, "Your father itself is worshipping me. Whom does your father worship? Unless I am Lord Vishnu or Krishna, why does he worship me?" Then Hamsa Avtara speaks wonderful philosophy on the senses. Like if our senses are impure, then they got attracted to impurity. When senses are pure, then we get attracted to purity. If they are semi-pure, pure and impure, then sometimes they get attracted to purity and sometimes impurity. When the senses focus on the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is completely spiritual, and senses become spiritualized, so the sense objects become magnet. So in that way, magnet and wood cannot attract, right? So that's what happened with Dhruva also. When Lord touched Dhruva with his conch shell, his whole spiritual, um, am I Mataji, can you confirm if like am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
audible.
Mataji.
Okay. Some internet problem I noticed. That's what happened with Dhruva when Supreme Lord Krishna touched his head with conch shell. Whole his body becomes spiritualized, and he was no more interested uh, in the position that he was once aspired for. How surrender is possible? That here two examples were given. First example is the Lord gives lot of support to us if you show little interest towards Him. Example, so sometimes after while before just finishing the 16 rounds, we will just realize that Oh, all the 15 rounds, my mind was wandering here and there. While at the end of the 16th round, then you realize that alas, how my mind was so disturbed, and it's very pathetic that my Lord, I am unhappy with my own ugly chanting. Just one moment of such a thought, then Lord will say, okay, done. You have done wonderful chanting today. You can go. If you just think of one moment like this, that is where we are taking a forward step towards the Lord. So that baby steps. So at least if you're doing mistake, you have to realize importance of the holy name, that how you're doing. So Lord is very kind and merciful. He is Jagannath. He has very big eyes, right? So uh, we have to be very carefully noticing all these kind of small things, whatever good or bad that we are doing. This is the only hope that we can move towards Krishna. The second example that wonderfully Prabhupada is quoting here is, such surrender is only possible by persons who is maintaining austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. So if we adapt this kind of certain culture, so we always hear from our parents, or when they're all of them are like born and brought up in non-devotional, many of us are born and brought up in non-devotional culture. They always told that you have to do this way, you have to do this way, then this is the culture, this is the tradition. So Prabhupada is saying, if we adapt a certain culture, we can able to get away from the clutches of Maya. That culture is maintaining austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. So if we can see, we have seen in one video where rat, cat and snake, they were fighting, right? Like cat used to like defend itself by waving its hands so that it can be not bitten by snake. Similarly, lion and elephant fight. If elephant catches the lion, it will hit the lion to the ground, and the elephant and lion will die. Or if lion catch hold of elephant, then it has to reach his head. Like if both of them are not alert, then they will be dying, right? So many of us have that tug of war, that with Krishna or Maya. Maya invites, come and enjoy. Krishna also invites to his abode. Look at me, come to me. Krishna is asking, come to me, come to the temple, come dance with the devotees. Later you can come to, if you dance with devotees, then you can reach to Goloka, then we can dance together. Like that, Krishna is inviting us. Then if we invest in Krishna, then our bhakti shukruti increases, and gradually our Krishna consciousness increases, so that we can defeat Maya. So how to identify with Krishna more? So Prabhupada has given here, we have to become a strong men and women of character. So how to get that character here? I was listening Radhesham Prabhu's lecture. He was telling, categorize this as match formula. M means messy, A means austerity, T truthfulness, C cleanliness, H means H for holy name. Then only we can match with Krishna and dance with Krishna. Prabhupada says, if you have to enter into fire, you should have the body of fire. With this body, if you enter into fire with the body that we have, then we will get burnt away. So if we have the spiritual body, then we can enter into spiritual world and dance with Krishna. Lord and Jiva both made for each other. So Prabhupada writes in Kunti Maharani section also, Nivrittanta Guna Vrittante. Pure devotee stands above the three modes of material nature, and their only business is to exchange love with the Lord, and stands against the contamination of the material world. So by adopting this match policy, one can win three modes of material nature. So if we see austerity, that here the four legs that we have been discussing is austerity, that is intoxication. Means even though our impure mind wishes to do something, we have to be very strict in selecting it. Example, if I want to speak harshly, then you have to restrict your mind, saying no, no, you should not speak that harshly. That is called austerity. And I'll I'll also share some shlokas where Krishna is telling how to how mind should be. So in Bhagavad Gita 17.15, how to speak, Krishna is telling, Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyahitam cha yat swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. The translation is austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. And for mind also Krishna says five things. So how to speak here, five things that Krishna is telling. And how to keep your mind in 17.16, here Krishna is telling, मनः प्रसाद सौम्यत्वं मौनम आत्म विनिग्रह भाव संसुद्धिर इति एतत् तपो मनस्सम उच्यते. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of mind. And how you have to keep your body. For body also Krishna is telling, I think it is in 14. Devadvija Guru Pragna Pujanam Saucham Ajjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsacha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. And translation goes like this: austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. So, austerity of the body consists of all these five things, right? So, and mm, next comes so these are the austerities that we should consider to progress in Krishna consciousness. So and to avoid Maya, these small things can help us. Like we have to eat moderately. If we overeat, then we go to sleep, and the purpose is not served. Then comes illicit sex. Illicit sex is considered as uncleanliness. So a brahmacharya means like sex only to beget the children. This is the religion principle. Then the body is clean. Internal cleanliness can be achieved by chanting the holy name. In these modern days, like men and women, they are mixing very friendly, not only about talks but physically. This type of degradation is uncleanliness, and Prabhu was telling that animals are more prestigious in this case because they choose the season, they choose the timing when to meet and when not to meet, but humans are degraded lot below the animals. So one should be clean in character. Marriage is not only a ritual, it is yagna. So we have seen that many of us, our Western devotees, they wonderfully follow this principle. Like average Indians cannot do that, but they are doing wonderfully because they are devotees of Lord Krishna, and they are preaching it also. And mercy, it's meat eating, which means causing injury to other living beings. So if you cultivate compassion, it's not only meat eating, but there are some certain qualities that comes under mercy. So if we cultivate compassion, patience, tolerance, courtesy, kindness, friendliness, flexibility, adaptability, so these qualities will help us to become mercy. On top of it, there is one more quality, that is forgiveness. Next comes truthfulness and gambling. Here there is one example where one father and son was there, and father was a lakpati, and this son get attracted to some gambling, um, and he spent all of their money and their properties by selling. He got money and he invested in all the gambling things, and they lost everything. And when father questioned him, he just saying, no, if you question me, I'll do suicide, like that. They lost everything. So if you do gambling, you don't get, there will be no profit for you. It will be always a loss only. So for devotees, uh, we don't do gambling, but it's a speculation, assumptions that we do. Uh, Speaking lies, right? This that also comes under gambling. Truthfulness is such an important principle. As soon as one doesn't speak the truth, then there will be no weight for his words. So Sukracharya is also, like we have seen in Sukracharya and Bali Maharaj examples. Sukracharya lied to Bali Maharaj so that he get that remuneration from him regularly, and he will not go to Vamana to donate all his properties. So he lied, and so that all his properties will be there, and he will get the remuneration regularly. The result is he lost his status as guru from Bali Maharaj. Certainly, there is uh, one more example where Takshaka and the other name is Shrungi Prajapati. Yeah. So Takshaka knows that Parikshit Maharaj, not Takshaka, uh, Takshaka and Prajapati, right? Prajapati knows, like he was an argument with Takshaka that who is great. Then Takshaka tells that Parikshit Maharaj is going to die, so I am going to bite him. If you can save, you can save. Prajapati has that uh, boon that he can, whatever the poison he can take. uh, but Takshaka was offering all the money, wealth to Prajapati, and he lied to Takshaka that, okay, Parikshit Maharaj is anyhow going to die. I can see his with my with my what we can say, with he can able to see what is going to happen to Parikshit Maharaj. So he is not going to help. So he got attracted to that. With Divya Drishti, he got attracted to the wealth that Takshaka is offering. Then he got later realized that I could have saved the Parikshit Maharaj. So in this way, this is also one example where Prabhu was quoting. So sometimes we also lie to protect from others. For examples, we may caught doing something wrong, and unnecessarily we will just drag someone into that situation, right? Unnecessarily we blame others, and we try to be safe. So this is also non-truthfulness. Sometimes we should be very diplomatic in speaking the truths. Like we sometimes tell that general public that to attract them to the temple, we say that there is a big feast is going on, there will be some orchestra is happening in the temple, you can come and enjoy. So in between the kirtan and prasadam, we will give them a class, like that. Leaders sometimes they try to be very diplomatic to attract the common people. They try to they say that there will be an atra, so we can go for boating and all. So in the boat they will give whatever the philosophy that they want to give, right? So this diplomacy should not be used for wrong purpose. So it should be to enhance the Krishna consciousness. In the same way, intoxication means pride, right? So we must always remember that false pride, a too high an estimation of one's own values of life, undue attachment to women or association with them, and intoxication will divert human civilization from path of peace. However much the people clamor for peace in the world, the preaching of the Bhagavatam principles will automatically render all men austere, clean, both inside and outside. So due to intoxication, there will be no peace in the world. So wherever the intoxication is more, there the crime rate is also more. So I'll end here. Apologies, Prabhu, if I extended for some few minutes. I thank Parabhakti Mataji and Madhurapati Prabhu for giving me this opportunity. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji.